It's Coronation Day in the UK, and today is a historic day for the entire world when King Charles is officially crowned King of England. Now, throughout my browsing online, I found the official coronation menu for the royal family, and for fun, I decided that we would celebrate with our own coronation dinner. So come along while I cook this very special coronation dinner right here at home. Now, if you're like me and 80% of the world's population, Coronation Day kind of looks something like this.
It's Coronation Day! It's Coronation Day!
Now that's because Queen Elizabeth reigned in the United Kingdom for 70 years, and so most of the world has never witnessed a coronation ceremony. And so this is an historic event for the entire world to witness. Now, I have been a royal watcher forever. As the coronation was drawing closer, I've been reading the news and I came across the published recipes of the coronation dinner. And as a wife, I answer the age-old question every single day: what are we having for supper? Now, I don't consider myself a crazy royal watcher, but I decided it would be fun to have a coronation dinner and enjoy the very same menu that the royal family will be enjoying on this very special day. Now, they published 3 recipes, and I'm going to put the link in the description box so that you can find them as well. There was a coronation quiche, prawn tacos. If you're not familiar with prawns, prawns are shrimp. The 3rd recipe that they published was a roast rack of lamb with an Asian-style marinade. Now, I just thought it would be fun to have this, so come along while I make it. Now, I'm lucky enough that Aldi's carries lamb, and I buy it on occasion. We raised lamb when I was a kid, and it's something that I got used to eating, but we don't eat it very often. Now, rack of lamb is an expensive cut. This at Aldi's is $9.99 a pound, and so I just got 1 package of lamb. So this is a 2-pound rack, and we're going to do a little bit of prep work. Now, I always feel it very fancy when I serve my rack of lamb with the little bones sticking out. I don't know what it is that makes that look so fancy. And we're going to do a little trim work on this to cut off some of this extra fat. Now, I became a royal watcher when I was just 8 years old. And that was when Prince Charles and Princess Diana's wedding played on television. Now, I took that event extremely seriously because I was preparing to be in a wedding shortly thereafter. And as a flower girl, I thought that the best way to be prepared for my own duties as a flower girl was to watch the royal wedding. Now, as you can imagine, the wedding that I was in didn't have quite the same fanfare as the royal wedding, but still, I took that very seriously to watch that with special attention. Now, I don't want to trim off all the fat. I want to leave some of it just for a good sear and flavor. Now, I'm going to go ahead and heat up my skillet so it'll be nice and hot when I put that meat on it. And we're just going to put a little bit of salt and pepper on the lamb to give it a good sear. Now right now we're just going to put a good sear on the meat, and then we're going to prepare it for marinade. I am making a few modifications to the recipe. It has a few ingredients that I don't normally cook with, and rather than buy some ingredients that we are not going to use, I am making those modifications. One of the things that this recipe calls for is light soy sauce and dark soy sauce, and I didn't actually know it came in two colors. So that was kind of interesting to me. Now, if you're interested in trying this Asian style lamb, I'm going to put the royal recipe down in the description box so that you'll have access to it. Now, one of the modifications I'm making today is I'm using the liquid aminos rather than soy sauce. Little sugar I've pre-measured. Alright, so we're going to give this some time to marinate, and we're going to come back and we're going to roast this rack of lamb. Now to cook the lamb, I'm going to do it in the cast iron skillet so that I can make the sauce with the drippings. I can't do it with this stone bakeware, so we're going to just transfer this over. Now we're going to sprinkle this with sage, and this is sage that I dried from my garden. So I'm going to break it up just a little bit. And it's set to wet it so that it'll stick to the roast. Now I have the oven preheating to 450 degrees, and once that's ready, we're going to get this baking. Now while we wait, we're going to do some prep for the side dishes. This is to be served with roast potatoes and a green salad, and we're also going to serve it with green beans because we have an abundance from the garden. I'm going to drizzle these with a little bit of avocado oil and do a little bit of seasoning. Now these I cook in the air fryer. Now these I'm going to cook in the air fryer. We like them that way really well. It only takes about 20 minutes, and that has to be done outside because the RV cannot handle the air fryer. The power management has to be done outside where it can be plugged into the regular electricity and not go through the RV system. I'm going to use a little bit of garlic salt. Use some Fox Point seasoning. I don't know, it sounds like it has an English feel to it. Now we have an abundance of green beans, so we're going to have that with our meal this evening. Now that the rack of lamb is in the oven, we're going to turn that down to 400. And that's going to cook for about 30 minutes. While the lamb is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and do this salad. Got a little bit of lettuce from the garden, but the rest I will supplement with what I bought. Alright, these will go in the fridge till we're ready to eat. Now the roast has about 10 minutes left, so we're going to go ahead and get these green beans going. Now the roast is going to have to rest when it comes out of the oven, so I've built that into the timing of my sides, so everything will be done about the same time. Now these are going to go in the air fryer outside. Alright, the lamb is supposed to be done, so let's check it out and see. It looks yummy. So I'm going to cover it back up. It needs to rest for about 20 minutes. I'm going to give it close to that. I am going to remove it from this pan so I can make the sauce that goes with it. Now this recipe is an English recipe, so they gave metric measurements, which for Americans, we don't understand metrics. So I did have to use Google to figure that out for you. So it calls for 120 milliliters of homemade stock, which is about 4 ounces of stock. And that's going to go in this pan to deglaze it. Now, one of the things this recipe called for was sesame paste, and that is certainly nothing that I use on a regular basis. It did give an alternative, which was peanut butter, so that's what I'm going to use instead. gonna go check on those potatoes. Now the potatoes are about halfway through their cook cycle, and I always stir them up about halfway, just so all sides will be browned up really nice. They'll be roasted really well. Right there. Now these are going to get a little bit of butter and garlic salt. All right, let's get this on the table. I'm not sure this is enough doneness. Do you want this more done, don't you?
Yeah, that's still bloody.
All right, we're going to put this back in the oven. Now we gave that lamb about 10 more minutes. It was a little more rare than we like it. I'm sure that it was served rare like that, but it was a little more rare than our preference. So we gave it a little bit more time, but I think we're ready. Now the sauce. You might want to taste it because it's a little bit.
Good.
It's a little bit unique. So.
Okay. This is unique, you said?
The sauce, yes.
Looks thick.
Try it before you put it all over everything. Well, here it is. Well, friends, I hope that you have got to watch some of the historic coronation of King Charles on television. It truly is an historic event, and whether or not you are a bit of a royal watcher like me, It is very impressive to watch all the pomp and circumstance and the ceremony that goes into the crowning of a new royal member of the family. Now, I can't wait to give this a try. Friends, we thank you so much for watching our channel, and if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, hit that button. We can't make our goal of 1,000 subscribers without you. We'll see you next time.